In an alternate timeline, on the tranquil world of Naboo, Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn and his apprentice Obi-Wan Kenobi successfully capture the elusive Sith assassin, Darth Maul, before he can carry out his mission to eliminate Queen Amidala. With Maul securely restrained, the Jedi Council convenes to determine the best course of action. Sensing a disturbance in the Force, Master Yoda cautions against underestimating the threat posed by Maul and suggests that he be taken to the Jedi Temple for further interrogation and study. As Maul is transported to Coruscant under heavy guard, tensions run high among the Jedi Order. Many fear that the Sith's capture could signal the beginning of a larger conflict, while others remain hopeful that his capture could provide valuable insight into the Sith's plans. Upon arriving at the Jedi Temple, Maul is subjected to intense scrutiny and interrogation by the Jedi Council. Despite his resistance, the Sith assassin reveals crucial information about his master, Darth Sidious, and his plans to destabilize the Republic from within. With Maul's revelations, the Jedi Council is able to thwart several of Sidious's schemes, preventing widespread chaos and bloodshed across the galaxy. However, the Sith Lord remains elusive, his influence extending far beyond the reaches of the Jedi's grasp.
In the dark recesses of his private chambers, Darth Sidious seethed with rage as he received word of Darth Maul's capture by the Jedi. His carefully laid plans had been jeopardized by the incompetence of his apprentice, and now he faced the very real threat of exposure. Fingers clenched tightly around the armrest of his throne, Sidious struggled to contain his fury, his mind racing with schemes and stratagems to eliminate the threat posed by Maul's captivity. He knew that if the Jedi were to uncover the truth of his identity, all would be lost. With a cold determination, Sidious set his twisted intellect to work, orchestrating a web of deceit and manipulation to sow doubt and discord among the Jedi ranks. Through carefully planted whispers and insidious whispers, he sought to undermine their trust in one another, casting doubt on Maul's claims and deflecting suspicion away from himself.
As the days stretched into weeks, Darth Sidious found himself walking a razor's edge, his true identity teetering on the brink of discovery with each passing moment. His every move was scrutinized by the Jedi Council, his every word parsed for hidden meaning. In a desperate bid to salvage his plans, Darth Sidious turned to Count Dooku. In the dimly lit chambers of Dooku's estate, the air hung heavy with tension as Darth Sidious delivered his ultimatum. With a voice laced with cold authority, Sidious demanded that Dooku prove his loyalty to the Sith cause by eliminating the threat of Darth Maul once and for all. Dooku, his face shrouded in shadow, listened intently as Sidious outlined the details of the mission. His mind raced with conflicting emotions. Loyalty to his master warred with the remnants of his Jedi training, and he knew that this would be his final test. Sidious departed, leaving Dooku to contemplate his fate. The Count's thoughts turned to his former apprentice, Qui-Gon Jinn. He knew that Qui-Gon's unwavering sense of justice would compel him to intervene on Maul's behalf, and Dooku braced himself for the inevitable confrontation. As Dooku prepared himself for the task ahead, honing his skills and steeling his resolve for the coming battle. And when the time finally came, he ventured into the shadows of Coruscant, where Maul was held captive by the Jedi. As Dooku faced off against Qui-Gon in a clash of lightsabers and wills, he knew that his fate, and that of the Sith, hung in the balance. With each strike and parry, he fought to prove his allegiance to the dark side, to show Sidious that he was worthy of the mantle of Sith Lord. But as the battle raged on, Dooku's resolve began to waver. He saw the glimmer of doubt in Qui-Gon's eyes, the flicker of compassion that threatened to undermine his mission. And in that moment of hesitation, Dooku made a choice that would seal his fate and alter the course of history. As the battles between Qui-Gon and Dooku raged on, the air crackled with the clash of lightsabers and the hum of the Force. Each strike reverberated through the chamber, echoing the inner turmoil of both combatants. Dooku's resolve wavered as he faced Qui-Gon, torn between his loyalty to Sidious and his growing doubts about the path he had chosen. He could feel Qui-Gon's probing gaze, sense the Jedi's unwavering commitment to the light side of the Force. In a desperate bid to complete his mission and prove his allegiance to Sidious, Dooku unleashed a flurry of attacks, pushing Qui-Gon to the brink of defeat. But with each strike, he felt a pang of guilt gnawing at his conscience, a voice whispering in the depths of his mind that this was not the path he was meant to follow. Qui-Gon, sensing Dooku's inner turmoil, paused in the midst of their duel, reaching out with the Force to connect with his former friend and mentor. In that moment of connection, he felt the weight of Dooku's struggle, the conflict tearing at his soul. "Dooku," Qui-Gon said, his voice filled with compassion, "you don't have to do this. There is still time to turn back from the darkness." Dooku hesitated, his lightsaber trembling in his hand as he grappled with Qui-Gon's words. In his heart, he knew that Qui-Gon spoke the truth, that he could still choose another path. But the pull of Sidious' influence was strong, and the fear of his master's wrath loomed large in his mind. In a moment of clarity, Dooku made a decision that would change the course of history. With a heavy heart, he revealed the true identity of Darth Sidious to Qui-Gon, laying bare the depths of his master's treachery. But even as the truth was revealed, it was too late. Sidious had sensed the mission's failure and fled Coruscant, leaving behind a trail of darkness in his wake. As Qui-Gon and Dooku stood amidst the ruins of their battle, the weight of their choices hung heavy in the air. Though the immediate threat of Sidious had passed, the galaxy remained in turmoil, and the struggle between light and dark continued unabated. And in the heart of the Jedi Temple, a new hope was born, a hope that one day, the balance of the Force would be restored and peace would reign once more.